Hi, welcome back. As you can see, I have a new Gerber knife here on the table. Um, Obviously it says Gerber. uh, so I'm just going to kind of go over some quick impressions of this. It's a fairly newer knife that I've picked up recently. Um, my primary purposes of a knife is I use them quite readily. I work a lot with livestock. I have a couple of horses of my own, and I'm always cutting open bales of hay and bags of feed. So that's one reason why I picked this up. You'll see exactly how the design is. I'm going to go over a quick couple features here. This is known as the Quadrant, so kind of a unique name. And it does have a bamboo inset here, which I think looks really nice. In terms of like if you're collecting knives, it has a really nice little look to it. You can get this, I believe, in a G10 grip as well, or not grip, but a panel. And then the rest of it is anodized black aluminum. So overall, pretty sturdy design, very simple, as you can see, very kind of skeletonized, very thin. It really hides in the pocket very well in terms of, not being too bulky and be able to pull it out and everything like that. So I'll get into the blade. So as you can see, it has a sheep's foot blade. So more like a straight edge razor, but that's what it's called. As you can see, it's a very fine blade. Pretty sharp. No complaints there in terms of, initial quality on the sharpness. But as you can see, there's no point to it at all. Really, what you have is just a blunt tip, so you're not going to be able to stab anything to cut it open. Really, you're going to rely on this front corner here. So that's obviously for cutting open feed bags and stuff like that, which is going to be my intended purpose. This will lend itself very well. So that is kind of why I picked it up, because I saw it and I'm like, that's pretty cool. But they got a nice little two-tone finish here, some black, and then obviously it's like a brushed stainless look there. For those interested, the particular stainless steel grade is 7CR17 MOV. There's that. A couple other things here. It does have a pretty nice clip. It's pretty tight, uniform. It doesn't really have any wiggle to it. I don't really see how it could wiggle. It looks really easy to service as well, which is what I like, in case they loosen up and whatnot. The lock on it is pretty nice as well. I don't know if you can see that. Very tight lockup. Obviously just a slide over. But it works good, very positive. I don't really feel like that's going to be an issue. The one thing that I would kind of say that I don't really care for is in terms of the, finger flipper here. I wish it was a little bit more positive in terms of it'd be nicer to get it out a little bit more, because sometimes I find myself only be able to get it, that far out. The harder you hit it, the more you can get it up. And then you ended up having to grab it and pull it out the rest of the way. But in general, it works pretty good. And obviously it gets it out, so you can get it out easy without that. But with how this is a nice straight edge, I mean, you gotta kind of be careful you grab it if you're, in a hurry or whatever. So just something to note. Let's see. Anything else I have to say about it? Other than that, I mean, it's pretty much just a very simple straight edge knife. Like I said, again, thin. In terms of like a daily carry, I think it'll lend itself very well. In terms of how much I've carried it so far, very comfortable, very light, not much to it, and simple. I guess the only thing in time is to see how well the blade holds up and how well the mechanisms work. Gerber isn't a real expensive brand. I picked this up for about $29. So, I mean, it's better than some of the junk you can get. But like I said, I go through knives quite a bit. It doesn't matter how much I really spend on them. I tend to, use and abuse them quite a bit. So I end up doing a lot more with them than I should. But I'm always rolling through them. So if I use it up and it gets weak or something like that, I tend to just toss it somewhere in a bag or in the truck. So I always kind of have a knife on me in case I need it. So that, or I'll leave it by the hay pile or whatever, just in case I forget it. So, but yeah, that's just kind of a quick look at the Gerber Quadrant folding knife. But let me know what you guys think. I think I really like it in terms of, you know, carrying and stuff. But I'll be sure to update you if I have any issues with it. But last couple of Gerbers I've had have been really good. So anyways, thanks for watching, and check back soon.